shall bring victory.
I see you've brought guests. I see you've brought guests.
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
Wait, that?
The time has come to dethrone our former master. All it takes is love, care, and death. Let's see what's saying now. All it takes is love, care, and death.
I want to be able to get 6 traps. I guess getting this down is good too. Another short stream, yeah. We'll do a long stream Friday. 8 minutes, man.
You cannot crack my carapace.
I think I just want loot hoarder here. Actually, I wonder if it's Relic clear here. Actually, Relic clear just makes more sense here. You know what? I think I want to trade off my 4/4 here.
What knowledge do the stars provide?
Oh, there you go. How to bearded gamer, it is me. This draft up is Druid favored, absolutely. Can we still win it? Absolutely as well.
Time has come to
Thoughts?
dethrone our former master. Welcome to the cult. All ends with
I must know more.
Did I get unlucky there again? With the same minion? They might be able to win with just topiary value. Came from a Scorpion into the 1-mana spell.
From the smallest seed.
Hey, give me that!
For the Dark Lord!
I want to play this in Light Bomb on the same turn. I think I got their 8-drop here, so we'll see, but like, I think they're going to try and draw some stuff, so I can play this and Light Bomb.
This must be the way. This must be the way.
You cannot crack my carapace!
This must be the way.
You cannot crack my carapace!
4 6s are really annoying, actually.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Alright, here we go. I missed chat. Didn't hit their 5-drop. Probably losing. Actually, am I just dead? Not quite, but...
I'm the Brood Mother! Don't you ever forget!
Not ideal, yeah. Even if we got their Ashtalor, which we didn't. It's this is probably not a lot win here. Oh, they could just God, this is so the problem is I was playing heavy for disruption win, but they just have value in here because they're not the pure combo build. Because they're 40 cards, so maybe I was not supposed to kill off my own stuff. Well, they gave me this guy. What did I have die last? Did I have all my eggs die last turn? I think I did. So I could play this guy. Ooh. I think I'm dead. It's kind of a cool play though.
From the smallest seed.
Chat NoHandsGamer.
Our gift of frost shields us.
You just trade on like one of my guys here. You have to kill off your own guy. Doesn't work. They messed up. If they trade off this, I think I've guaranteed lethal, but things that don't matter, check, because I'm still dead.
Anduin versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
The light shall bring victory.
Paladin. Alright, well, no way that's a paladin, but... So do I greed this hand out? I think I'm gonna greed this hand out. This is like actually just way too much greed. Why did I keep this hand? With location, I don't need both of these. This is way too much greed.
I see you've brought
The sheer greed, chat. Good top deck though. Now we don't get punished for our greed. We have a 2-minute 5/5.
all ends with death.
The ocean's gifts are all around us.
What does that mean, Patrick? Grows. My love for no hands grows forever. Life is like a tree, as many branches, none of them grow forever. Dude, yeah, dude, smoking wise mystical trees sometimes has wise stuff, and sometimes I'm like, I think this is this feels very like a biased perspective and not necessarily wisdom, you know? Do you think Chad is Smoking Wise Mr. Latree's a bot? Or is it an actual person who just takes like a big list of copy pastes? How many other channels is Chad? Have you guys seen Smoking Wise and other channels? Can't speak for the streamer. Look at that. Redonkulous card draw, chat. Redonkulous.
Welcome to the cult.
Actually, too much card draw, chat. Actually, too much. But, eh. Nice.
The two are one.
Okay, I'm just about to draw one. Let's see what happens if they Why no NA stream today? Because they announced esports stuff, or they kind of alluded that rank is gonna matter. So I want to get Legend on Asia, and I want to get my rank up on Asia because it's actually very likely to be relevant. I feel like they're gonna die. Thoughts? Thoughts on the inevitable death of my opponent? Monty boy?
Cannot chain me forever.
Ooh, chat, they gonna die. Are you gonna kill off my 2-4 and give me a 5-5? Thanks, bro. I love the cryptic Hearthstone posts for the Twitter stream. Yeah, the Hearthstone team. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It would be. It's totally the realm of possibilities that they say all this stuff, and then like in a week they're like, yeah, so Hearthstone Esports is done. Because that's what happened like Heroes of the Storm, right? It just was kind of over. Chat, easy lethals. I'm kind of annoyed. Yeah, that's true, Blitz. I mean, yeah, so it's, I mean, I don't think they're being dishonest. It just, here's what I like the thing. It's at the end of the day, it's like people, you know, like people who are addicted to the game, like I used to be, Now I'm doing it professionally. So nothing kills your addiction. You know, that's interesting. Chat, like if you're addicted to drinking and you become a professional drinker, somehow you make money and you got to show up and drink every day. Is that a way to kill your passion for drinking and then become sober? You know? Like let's say you're addicted to sex and you become like a porn star. It becomes work. You show up, you know, you're not even enjoying it. Is that a way to like kill your sex addiction, you know? Yeah, yeah, exactly, Ash Ketchum. You're saying you hate your job? No, no, actually, I love my job. I don't have the same passion for Hearthstone specifically. Um, so it's a thing of like I had like a you know especially when my pain was high, I could just play Hearthstone for a huge amount of time, and it felt important. If they constantly shit, like here's what happens: if I get really good at a deck, and let's say I get number one legend, the meta's gonna change, the game's gonna change, and I'm not gonna be as good, and I'll have to learn that over again. That cycle of like the game changing and getting better and being on top and competing isn't exciting to me the way it used to be. Um, Streaming is actually very exciting to me, and it's I really like this art, like you know, content and all this stuff. But the pure love of Hearthstone as the game, I don't have that pure like. To be honest, like I might have lost the pure love because like here's the thing. Imagine you love Renthal, you know, it's this, and then Renthal is taken from you. There's only so many times that can happen until you disassociate. It's kind of like if you're in a relationship when you're older and you're dating someone, you're like, I'm enjoying the logical benefits of this relationship, you know, because your heart's been ripped out with nerfs so many times. You know what I mean? It's like that's what it kind of is, you know. It's like, oh, I'm showing up, you know. I might make it the best deck in the game, be loving it, and they nerf it a week later, and it's never competitive again. But you know, how many times did that happen? You know, it's like where Rogue gets a tier S deck all the time. It feels like, you know. So I'm pretty sure it kills my sleep schedule, but I can't stop. Do you not fall asleep? Like I I I used to watch. I don't watch as much now, but like VS wrote about Priest. Oh, they didn't even mention Egg Priest. Dude, this is what I love doing. VS ignores my deck. I make the deck the best deck in the game, and then I get to talk about. Yeah, this deck is good. Yeah, Priest sucks. Bless Priest sucks. Blah blah blah. So I'm pretty much holding the fort for the whole class, but that's okay. You know, other than Bless Priest. Renthal nerf was wrong. Have me defend D5. All right. So the reason they nerfed Renthal is so they could get it. Uh, so they could get people thinking about how we need more life in general, and then they're going to increase the min life to 35, and Renthal is going to go back to 40. So it's all a part of the long plan of Machiavellian tactics they need to do to get people on board with the 40, with the new life total. So it's acceptable. That's what I'm going with. I feel like maybe I was supposed to go. You're losing it. You're losing it. Oh, no, no, no. I want 35 life. I don't want armor. That's freaking like a warrior is the only one that can start with armor, and that'll make battle rage even like battle rage type cards even worse though. Base attack. Wait. Really, the strong, the strong is copium. Yeah. I think they should.
We have
Doesn't look good. Yeah. We spent chat. We be spending the mana. We be developing the minions. Thoughts? Alright, let's see. Do you think realistically? I don't. Chat. Predicting the future is hard. All right. They've made decks go to 12 cards in hand. They've made heroes go to 40 life starting with one card in your deck. They've shown their willingness to do this stuff, so it's in the realm of possibilities for sure. I mean, the game is kind of wait, poopy mess. Yeah. That. Why didn't they do anything here? Ooh, that's quite good. Nice value trade there. Got super depressed. Yeah, I mean, I think they made bad decisions. I mean, Reddit is a conglomeration of people with certain biases on average. That's all it is. Twitter is that too. YouTube is that too. Where people can talk, and it does have the, but you'll find people going, back and forth because it's like depending on the way the opinion is phrased. People might be like everybody complaining. So, but I did see on Renthal, people were so pro Renthal. People are always like, when nerfs happen, usually there's always some people who are for it. Everything's, but like, so I was very surprised the level of like, oh fuck chat, I'm about to get wrecked here. This is so bad. Like this just wrecks me. It just like completely wrecks me. This is just so fucking good. It's such bullshit. Oh, this is like the best play they could do. I don't have any answer for this. I'm just effed. I probably have to go this, but I'm probably just losing here. I have to go Sir Finley and hope to hit something good. I mean, I could go Shard here, but it's not even that good. I could have gone Shard and then gone Nether Drake, but like I don't even know I'm gonna hit the Nether Drake, right? So, this is so bad. Wait, clean the scene. Is that good enough? Not really. This holy no. All right, this gets me a Plague Bringer, and then it gets me infused with this for next turn. But looking pretty bad, chat. Top deck light one would have been good. But yeah, I mean, Reddit was very like, why did they nerf Renthal? You try Sylvana Priest. I have no interest in that deck. It's not the way I want to play the deck. I don't. But yeah, so it's a thing of yeah, Blizzard has to decide like what they think. Invincible isn't that good in this deck. It's always felt too slow. But I could see it making the cut legendary if the meta was like. I always want to make that card work, but it's just always not quite working. But go ahead, try the card. Cut something else. Maybe High Cultist. I don't know. Report back. Let me know if it's good. Wait, why did they get two of these? Oh, it's actually this is so frustrating. Actually, okay, we're still in the game. This is clean. The scene's really good. Why is he trading? Probably because I'm on Asia and my rank is not as good. Definitely a few too many trades. You could probably put my life down to like 15 here. I mean, the real power of Invincible is like getting it from like cathedrals and bone collars and stuff like that. So we could run him. He's just very, very slow card. And you're often going to play him on nothing. So it's like the deck just doesn't have enough room for that many greed cards. If we were playing in a greed meta, and we wanted to try and win with that, but we're better off putting like things like Mida in my opinion, before Invincible. So there are other greed cards that are better than Invincible, like Mida or Sylvana, you know? So that's kind of what I think is like, it's not really worth running.
Our gift of frost shields us.
But I want to play new decks. Popular podcast. I've been on Coin Concede. Basically, I could see myself. I think about like I've thought about like multiple times messaging Hat, being like, "Hey, I want to go to your podcast. You want to have me on?" Because that's probably a message. I've done those. They're fun. I've been on like the Wild podcast. It's fun just talking about stuff with other people. But yeah, it's so. I get to know which one it is. Wait, oh, that's I get to steal my top cards of my opponent's decks. That's kind of fun. What? Eh.
All ends with death.
Hmm.
Welcome to the cult.
Wait, I don't get the card because. No! Heh! Wait, shit, chat. Never mind. I love how balanced Miracle Rogue is. Wait, what? Chat, they baited on my Zarella? Some bullshit. Was it worth playing Ball Color last there? This card's really good. We don't want this to die because it gets us so much efficiency. But you know, it might have been worth it just playing the 8-drop. That might have been the best place. But I also don't want Zarella lost there too, so it's kind of tough. Ooh. Okay. Hello. I don't know how I'm winning this game. I'm kind of like going face so I can threaten lethals. I need like... What? Threat lethal? How? I had 13 damage on board, and then I can go face, go Zarella, and then have 5 for the next turn. This is on Asia, yeah. Top deck, I don't even know. What do I want here, chat? Thoughts? Give me a spirit guide. Thoughts? There's nothing. I don't really want this. Wait, did I have a... Ooh, this is really good, right? Let's go, dude. Chat, when is the development?
muddy the waters.
By twisting nether? I feel like this is a mistake from them. Man, they were really afraid of dying there. Did you give your pain a name? I call it aggro. I call it my pain control doesn't exist.
All ends with death.
Oh, there's a new balance patch coming up next week. Yeah, part of the reason I haven't posted my my egg pre stuff on Twitter is because I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for them to nerf everything so I can dominate with the egg priest. All right. I need this deck to dodge nerfs, and then I can just wreck it. All right. Chat. People think so. Okay, at first, being good at this game is like getting #1 legend. Then it's like, okay, winning a tournament. Then the ultimate skill of Hearthstone is manipulating the meta into what you want it to be. All right, that's the true skill of Hearthstone. Hey, that Beatles. This light maw is actually real good here, but gotta go to work. All right, later. Chat, I think I'm debating. I might end in an hour and a half. This might be a real short, like a 2-hour stream. And go to sex cult stuff extra early today. I'm debating. Not feeling as depressed today. I have noticed that. Probably because I had got to do some fun sex culting stuff last night. Wait, what? All right. Twisting another last chat. Thoughts? Here we go. Yeah, okay. I get the... Okay, this worked out very well for us. That's the problem when you're playing our opponent's deck, is they played all like... They did like everything was a freaking
Light cannot exist without dark.
I'm gonna dump this because I don't want to die. Some bullshit here. Our opponent, like, their contraband stash is full of like nethers and stuff, so like the problem is they can't develop, and I'm gonna win the value war. Not.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us. Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Oh, this is interesting. Chad, I hope I don't die. I know their hand. I got a lot of these guys. They're not going to play an 8-drop. We don't have to worry about that. But, Rogue is the ultimate value class. Blood Deathknight. Unfortunate. But! Wait. Wait, I like how it turns this into an egg. That's like what it thinks happened there. Alright, please don't die. Where are my light showers at? You can draw a gift next turn, but... Am I winning this game? I don't even know.
Our gift of
Ah! Okay. See if they can dodge some bullshit here. You can't play this guy, right? Yeah, they have to hold this and hope it like triple hits here. All right, chat. Can they get? They need the like the 3 out of 4 here. Got him. Let's go, dude.
I will be your death.
Yeah. Yeah, I give up. You looking like another person? Oh yeah. Chat. Yeah, I don't know. It's my new look. People don't recognize me sometimes. Chat, I've grown a beard. I'm in pretty good shape. The old no hands is gone. This is the new no hands. But yeah. The beard's probably gonna come off in like March or April. I think I'm gonna keep growing it like till then, and then it'll get too hot, and I'll probably just go back to being clean shaven. So, like, I don't want a giant beard in the middle of summer, right? You know, it's like too much. No, it's is incognito. True. December 2, yeah. But it's like, okay, I'm a practical guy. So, I try, like, chat, my life is all about efficiency. Except when I play Hearthstone, where it's all about killing my opponent slowly and painfully. But most of my life is ironically about efficiency. So what does that mean? So, like, the beard has all these other positive things. Like, I ride my bike everywhere, and it's like a natural, like, keeps my face warm. You look funnier without the beard, like funnier. Would be like funny like a clown?
all ends with death.
Chat, this is chat. Hog your nose first. Chat, you guys know that movie? Stand-up comic now. Okay. What do you mean funny? If I could identity theft the nourish. Chad, do I ever go with the identity theft here? There's actually so many good cards to hit. I think I'm gonna go with that. Like hitting ramp is nice. Even hitting those like 7/7 armor guys could be nice. I don't know. The 2/6 was good, but it's like hard for me to win with tempo in this game, right? So it's like, okay, well I know they have a Sire in hand. That's good to know. Chat, is Sire a good win condition for me? I feel like it's not even a good win condition. Like this is too. I don't need the draw. It's too much draw. This is like really slow.
I must consider.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Sire here. Ooh, Astalor, right? Wait, Astalor? Is it Astalor, chat? Is it ever planted evidence? I mean, what spells do I really want? I think I take the Astalor here. You will just plague everything, yeah. Maybe it is planted evidence. Okay. Of course, I changed my. It's not. Ooh. Hey, let's go. Tempo 5/5. Chat, like Astalor is just like it's not that useful until the late game. Like Chat, why couldn't I have hit the Guff? Thoughts? Chat, Guff would have been so nice. Guff what I was looking for. My opponent is a dirty dodger. All right. Yeah, just draw my Astalor. Fine, chat.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Lack of skill. Thoughts? Yeah. Lack of. Chat, for those of you who were here like 3 months ago, I prefer the old shaven no hands. Yes. Hell. Both are fine. And then we got hell no. Beards for life. Chat, let me know what you think, alright?
Welcome to the cult.
It's 2 or 3 years ago, yeah. Alright, chat. I'm curious. I'm framing it in a way that encourages people to say they like the old shaven no hands. Because a lot of polling I've realized is like if I frame it in a certain, this is the problem with like surveys, is you can frame them in a way of like, do you like the beard? And other people will say, oh yes, I do like the beard, but they also might prefer the old not beard too. So both are fine. Is beards for life winning? Ooh, it's winning pretty hard actually. Not gonna lie. Chad, how do I win this game? I have no plague bringers. My opponent has a Sire that's getting juiced.
All it takes is luck.
Okay, the shorter beard collects. Okay. That's it. Well, maybe we'll do a poll between full, you know. Because I have a trimmer and I'm like debating how long I keep it going in the crazy format for, you know? So.
What knowledge do the stars provide?
All right. Well, let's see Walter White. Shouldn't be okay. Yeah, chat. So we'll go within the beards on the next survey. But heh.
Is no excuse for bad manners.
They took the sire back? Okay. Hit the chat, that's like if they got this option, that's a mistake, right? Like that's a mistake. Hmm.
Those we love are never truly lost.
Nice, we got 2 different minions, I think, chat. All right, chat. The beards for life have won. All right, now we'll go with optimal. I think we did this one earlier. The optimal beard style. 5-day shadow. How about 2-3 weeks in, and then we've got then we've got 2 months for Jackson. Wait, we'll go Lord of the Rings style. So I'm 2 months into the beard.
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
Wait, what happened, chat? What? Wait, what? Yeah.
Guide my hand.
What? You know, actually, I had to go Plague Spreader into this, into Light That Burns, and then we could have won. So I missed the winning line. Wow, chat. The 2 months Lord of the Rings style is okay. Can you play Demon Hunter, please? No. I just want to play Egg Priest. Man, everybody likes the chat. I wonder, like, dude, people chat, because I am like a politician for beards. Like, I don't care what beard style lifestyle I have. I'm trying to find the one that gets me the most votes. Like, that's at the end of the day. All right, I'm not like, this is what I stand for, you know? I have no beard integrity, basically. About something like this, I don't know. Like, chat, if you can't use feedback, how do you know whether? Because I could see it both ways, you know. I mean, chat, I do feel like women, both in and out of the sex cult, have liked the beard lately, but I'm not sure. Cause sometimes that might just because, like, I'm a different person now, and it's like being new to your area because people don't recognize me, you know.
And this
Yeah. Hello, what up? Thank you so much for the 4 months.
further beyond.
Get on that sub train. Thanks so much. What up? If people ask, should you get plastic to look like a chat? 80%. Other dudes in my experience, yeah. I've gotten a lot of, I'd say, out of women I've asked, I'd say about 70, or I don't know. I get the impression 70%. Exactly. Like the beard. There are, I think, 30% who prefer the shaven no hands. That's my estimation based off like a few signaling metrics. That's true. That's true. But I phrase things like I got my one friend like I got my one friend to say she liked the old one better. She was like, "Do you prefer beard no hand, beard me or this?" She's like, "Oh, I prefer the shaven look," you know. So, and so yeah, and she's just a friend, but I'm just like getting feedback, you know. So where is it? So okay, Scarecrow. Found Stubble the most attractive, yeah. Well, it's also interesting is like, so at the end of the day, like women are different. So my theory is if I do different looks, it's kind of like, then all, you know, if I do one look the one week and another look another week, then I can like, so let's say one week I'm beard no hands, where the next week I'm not beard no hands. Well, then all the non like I could appeal to both markets, and then if I find some girl that I want to be like I actually we want to go out, then I can always do the look that she prefers, you know. So she kind of doing this matchup. Do it for yourself. I mean, there are things whenever you meet a girl that likes Thief Rogue, there's certain compromises I'm not willing to do, Scarecrow. All right, Actually, I like. No. If she likes a Jackpot Rogue, I'm down with that. Where if she likes a Miracle Rogue, I'm like, it's not gonna work out. All right. I think I'm just gonna do Zorella here. I don't like all my other plays.
What knowledge do the stars provide?
I'm willing to compromise. Well, it's like okay, I think there's like things. Okay, this is my point of view on like compromise in relationships. I think there are some things like I think being willing to compromise is generally an important thing, but there are some things that aren't meant to be compromised. You know, if that makes sense. So you have to decide like what is really you versus what is like, because like I know if I get in a relationship, I'll have to keep my apartment cleaner, like, you know what I mean. But until then, I don't have to. All right, you know what I mean. So, but I'm not gonna be like, being Bessie is just who I am. It's dirty.
Let the ritual of absolution commence.
Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. Dude, that reminds me of the Fight Club where it's like, what kind of dinette defines me as a person?
All ends with death.
You know
Wait, what? The 1 mana spell here.
Thank you for your service.
The path is clear.
I think I want to go Sir Finley next turn. And draw like a Zarella.
Haven't heard of
Wait, that?
Hand is too full.
Got her. I think you go Astalor here. With the intention. What does Astalor give me? It gets me some heal. I mean, not Astalor. Do I go Astalor or do I go... Do I just go Zarella here? So what do I even have in the pool for Zarella?
I wonder.
Because Zarella's, I just ping him off next turn and I win the game, right? Like how did they stop this, you know?
those we love are never truly lost.
Says you have pretty well. I'm wondering. I think their deck doesn't have. I guess they have a touch. So, but like I can just keep my hand full. I don't have a board clear though, so that's annoying. But this doesn't do nearly enough, right? So. They have to, yeah, they have to kill their own minion here, right? I'm just gonna ping him in the face, right? Oh, they could have had the 5 drops to cool, yeah. Are you gonna play other decks than Priest? No, not today. Shit, I might only stream for another hour even.
Anduin versus Arana!
I alone will shield my people.
The light shall bring victory.
Ah, I see you brought guests.
Pretty good hand.
All ends with death. The time has come to dethrone our former master.
What does shirt say? Yeah, I'll have to take it out. Ah. There we go.
What knowledge
His
do the
reign ends
stars
now.
provide?
You wear set Crocs to the sex cult? That's probably one of the only locations I don't wear Crocs, Hillary. So, but yeah. But yeah, pretty much everywhere else I wear Crocs. Your knee-high boots. That is one of my outfits. Only one, Hillary. All right.
Light cannot
I must
exist.
know more.
His reign ends now.
Do I have Venomous Scorpion outs for lethal here? I feel like I don't. All right, later, God. Wait, what? They're going 3-drop? 3-drop, wait, oh, Marcus Corn. Oh, okay. Interesting choice. If I go Sir Finley and I hit Plague Spreader and Light That Burns, I can probably win by clearing my own Parade Spreader. Will we slow game down? This is speeds down slightly. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. The time of control, chat. How about we get that Renthal nerf reinstated? Thoughts? Chat, where are my plague spreaders at? Thoughts? Ooh, maybe I should play amulet here. Ooh, if I get location, I have lethal, right? Ah, no location, chat. Actually, so close here. Do I go amulet and like Astrolore here? Amulet gets me the free 5/5, which is pretty good. But like Bone Collar is pretty good too. Okay, let's do it.
My hand is full.
Thoughts on not using your Mida in the list? Is Mida not critical? Mida is incredibly useful in the attrition game. The problem is, how do you get to the attrition game? By not running Mida, because it's too slow and it's too hard to get down. Mida had taunt, we would absolutely run her. Even if you had a card, but she like had taunt, but the problem is you play her and you're just gonna get lethal too often. So one of the things that Rogue does really well is they have the deadly shot, which wrecks Mida. So she just doesn't quite make the cut in the current meta, basically. I don't have a way to kill her. Son of a gun, chat. It's actually... But they're out of cards, so maybe we still win this. Bone Collar Amulet seems really good here. I'm not going to fall for the Blackwater Behemoth play. I've done that before. What? Let's go, dude. Conceding. So... yeah, so Mida is probably the best greed card. So if the meta becomes more control mirrors, Mida is like the best card, better than Sister in my opinion. So let's go, dude. Chat, I will wait until they announce what the nerfs are. And then I will post this dick on Twitter and say the Twitter posts. I don't know, like their chat. I no longer trust the balance team. All right, I feel like I'm not convinced they know what balance is. It's like, what do you? I don't know. Like balance means killing warrior to them. You know, it's like. Balance means, I mean, so, I don't know, chat, Renthal, I forgave the nerf on Guff, but the nerf on Renthal will not be forgiven, chat, alright? Oh, take it all back, they bumped my card, of course, yeah, that's true, that's true. Yeah, dude, they freaking buffed, dude, Edwin to 3 mana. If they burn enough to bet Edwin to 3 mana, they can give me my Guffy boy back, alright?
Anduin versus Khadgar.
Behold the magic of death.
The light shall bring victory.
Well, the chat, apparently, I was reading the VS report. Apparently, the game's really balanced if you're not in top 1,000 legend. That's what I've heard. Any non-top 1,000 legends in the chat? I've heard the game's actually really balanced if you suck. So, I mean, if you're not top 1,000 legend. Obviously, lots of great players are not top 1,000 legends. Chat, I just gotta get my rank down, alright?
That's right.
I hate speedrun. Oh, that's pretty funny, actually. It's so good. It's like infinite draw, chat. People don't play do, and those who do have no idea how to play at NoHandsGamer. We're all top 600 legend. Yeah. Wait, what? Hey. Chat, what if I ran that 0 mana card? Would that be good? Probably not make the cut, right? Well, I could have showered ruined here. Whatever. Chat, I'm gonna draw a million cards here. It's gonna be Gladys. Chat, let's say, what was your rank? What was your rank at the end of last month? All right, we're going with top 1,000, 1,000, top 1,000 to 3,000, 3,000 plus, diamond, below diamond. All right. That. Hey.
Welcome to the cult.
I don't want to throw away my coin. A lot of 3,000 pluses. Okay. Well, 3,000 plus seems to be the most popular category. So people should be... Okay. Basically, if VS is right, you guys should be loving the meta right now. Because it's a well-balanced meta. Oh, so I'm not roasting. Yeah, I'm trying to see, like, what is the actual rank. I know I'm in my top... So I do love it. Yeah. Chat, the meta only sucks if you're in like top 200 legend.
Hand is too full.
What am I supposed to even do here? I don't even know. I kind of want to dump value, but... A lot of faith. Okay, so we've got... Alright, so only 6 of you guys are in top 1,000 legend. Another 6 of you guys are top 1,300. A lot of you guys are 3,000 plus. That's the most common demographic I'm seeing. 14% diamond and 20 so So the most common, most of you guys are getting legend in my stream, right? But you're kind of like the low end of the legend ranks, all right? That's good for me to know. Just like obviously there's a bias of, you know, maybe the bronze players don't even report, but you know, what? Yeah. Don't need to over-explain it. Chat, nothing wrong with being bronze, alright? There's also, yeah, that's what I mean. There's a voting bias that I don't know what the voting bias is, but there is one, so for sure.
I must consider.
My hand is full.
Ooh, I love that the way it sounds in your headphones. I use all the time for this. Yeah. I don't know.
Our gift of the arcane.
What? Yeah.
Our gift of frost shields us.
This sucks, chat. Top deck, how about like light shower elemental? Thoughts? Okay, I want this in the pool. That's so good, actually. So now, so if they go the 8-drop, it's annoying here, but I can still win, I think. The 7 damage gets this, so I take 9 plus 4. So it's a lot of damage, honestly. But I probably can still pull off a win.
Wish to match wits with
Okay. What? Eh. Freezing my bro, dude? Bruh. What am I even supposed to do here? I don't even know. I want this to die.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Am I gonna die here, chat? Thoughts? Wait, am I just dead?
Our gift of
What?
powers us.
Heh. I don't have any way of like dealing with this chat. I didn't think about this. This is probably good enough. Aren't you screwed? Yes. Yes, I am screwed. But you try and, I mean, we needed to draw light showers earlier and just win with tempo and disrupt their hand, but doesn't look like that's working out. Like that.
I can take 'em. Wait.
All right, that was rough.
ocean's rage pales before mine.
The light shall bring victory.
No, D5 is like D5 is definitely like a break point of like, so if you're D5, you kind of like know some mana spending stuff, but you really haven't like, you're kind of, so when you watch D5 players play, they know like some stuff, but their actions are kind of like, they're just kind of doing things and they aren't making connections. So they play a minion here, you play this, and if you ask them like, okay, so why did you not go face there? And they're like, oh, I thought I should kill the 1/1. And I'm like, so what was that 1/1 going to do you? Well, I don't know, I just didn't trust it. You know, like that's, or it's like, okay, so you had a 5/1 and they had a, you know, why didn't you spend your play your Shadow of Death on the 6/6 here? It's like, oh, I was waiting for a better spot. Like, do you think there's a better spot? Like, you know, they are new. Well, one, if so, you don't really need to help them unless they're not learning. So, because you want his handful in case that's reasonable, Chris. That's a decent reason. I'm not sure if it's optimal, but I don't think that's a bad reason in theory. So like, but so that's not. I think there are situations where that's the optimal play, but ooh, great top deck, chat. Fantastic top deck. Now we have 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've also noticed like a lot of players don't like playing like clunky plays, like just playing. So that time I noticed when I was teaching Galakron Priest, and like I had multiple students who just wouldn't play their Kronks to draw their Galakron, and like they would always remove. And I'm like, you just gotta play your Kronks here, and they wouldn't do it. And then I found in Beast Hunter I've been coaching, I had like multiple students who wouldn't play their Mountain Bear. So that's why part of the reason of the meme of me being like, so I'm gonna play the Mountain Bear. Like that's where it came from, because great play. Just play the Mountain Bear, because it's like it's a not sexy looking play playing the Mountain Bear, but it's actually like so much stats. So I think players all have these like certain biases that they have of like, oh, they don't think this is a good play because it doesn't look like a good play, you know?
Light cannot exist.
To one card turns, yeah. I think there's that feeling of I need to play multiple cards. So I think also players don't think it ahead. They kind of, so for example, they like feel the need to full clear the board. And I'm like, well, what is, once I understood what tempo truly is, it's got easy. Yeah. Getting legend is not very hard. I've had students, I had this one guy who hired me and he could never get legend and he'd been playing for a long time. And I was just like, so spend your, like, you're not spending your mana here. Why aren't you playing minions? Play minions, spend mana, well, this. He did it, got legend like in 3 days. And he was so thankful. And it was like, I didn't really do much. He just had a massive, like, he didn't know how to spend his mana. You know, like, he didn't know how to play things. And he already had, like, figured out a lot of the game mechanics and stuff. So, like, I didn't have to teach him that or anything like that. So he learned very quickly. And he thought it was all me. And, like, it wasn't all me. It was just, like, I just cleaned up that thing that he didn't know how to do. I forgot to play cards. So yeah, I think of like players who are beginners often just like do things and they don't really have like any real like big picture on how they're trying to win the game, if that makes sense.
The path is clear.
Yeah. Playing cards was a thing. I know, right? Also overplay around things. Yeah, well, they will hold back stuff being like, if I play the 6/6, they might remove it. so why should I play the 6/6? And I'm like, if you play the 6/6 and they remove it, then they had like, now they don't have that removal. You kind of force them to spend mana on removing instead of proactive plays. So sometimes you play things so they will remove it. That's, I wrote an article about this on Reddit, like called like stop playing around stuff. But yeah.
Surge within me.
So, but eventually, I do remember coaching Galakron or Garrote Rogue, and somebody played somebody played their what's the 2/1 on one, and they're like, oh, for tempo, and I was like, forget everything you know about tempo. It's all been lies, because it's like you learn all this stuff about tempo, and exactly, Dreadeye, exactly. They haven't thought about it that far ahead, but yeah, people, that's what I have to explain to them. I'm like, so a lot of like nowadays when I coach people, I figure out why they're losing pretty quickly, and then I have to often convince them that they're actually making a mistake, and convince them, like making them understand the game well enough that they see the principle that we're saying, because mechanics in Hearthstone are pretty easy. So what I mean by that is like the game, I think, is designed in a way where the mechanics aren't too difficult. And what makes the game difficult is the what's I gonna say? Is the different decision paths and figuring out which path to go on, you know? But like the heuristic of spend your mana is like such a good heuristic that you will win games with. If you just spend your mana every turn. And like, nice top deck.
Let's see what side
I think we win very easily here. Yeah, so prepare and recognition on your own, or do you need someone? So there are players who ask you for coaching who haven't learned of like how to identify like how to see like I'm doing something wrong. How do I fix that? And there also are players who, do you under through? I don't know if they threw. They might have had to go for that line, or they might have died. And there are players who, the player I think that gets the most short-term value out of coaching is players who've never, like, who are kind of doing well on their own, but they're kind of stuck because there are things that might take them like a year or two to learn on their own. And I kind of am cheat codes for them, where I'm like, okay, you need to like, let's say a really advanced concept. A really advanced concept is holding minions for tension, holding plays and under clearing. Or playing things as bluffs or stuff like that. There's stuff that might take you years to learn that I can teach you. But yeah, but you don't need those things even to get top 100 legend. But there are certain things that, like certain high level concepts, where I can verbalize them and get you thinking about them. But yeah, that's like. So like holding back Zarella, for example, and knowing when to play it, like, and not over clearing, or trying to think of other really advanced concepts that are very hard to learn intuitively. So they're free research and stream, yeah, but like part of what people are paying for is they want me to point out exactly, here's when you're not doing that, because they haven't made that connection on their own. I know, right? So the reality is, like, I might say, okay, there's a balance between like spending mana, not spending mana, stuff like that. And you are in a equilibrium. You're kind of in people get to a min-maxed where it's suboptimal and they're stuck. And a coach can point out and say, you need to spend your mana way more, or you need to stop removing every minion your opponent plays, or you need to develop your own game plan, or you need to mulligan more greedy for good stuff. Like some players, like, so these are all things that you've kind of might take you a long time to figure out on your own.
Anduin versus the
I never overclear Zealous. I don't need coaching, son.
Will serve me in death.
The light shall bring
Chad, do I do the full greed hand? I think I'm not gonna keep the high cultist. or you just think you're good at the game.
I see you've brought guests.
Me have bags for you.
Wait, actual Deathknight. I actually like really want to play the Deathknight class, but like Frost Deathknight's boring to me. Unholy sucks, and like Blood sucks, and I'm addicted to losing or addicted to winning, chat. So it's tough. Like it's tough being addicted to winning because like, you know, I don't want to play Blood Deathknight and lose. You know. Big Spell Mage is boring. I'm bored of that deck. I don't want to play that freaking deck. This deck is blast. I'm having a blast playing Egg Priest, chat. You know? No Hands is brilliant. Wait, what is it? Take phone call is so good.
Light cannot exist without the dark.
Should we do this one, Aurora, or next one? Playing this deck so it's more interesting, yeah. Wait, I realize they're not.
Light cannot exist without the dark.
I mean, everything is viable at the garbage ranks. Next, if you do another, yep, we'll do another. I think I got another hour and a half of streaming. I'm not gonna go to Sex Cult early. I'm just gonna go at leave. So we'll end the stream at 8:30. Should I Hearthstone because they can't remove the cards I already did. I'll probably have to go get a real job, or I will. You know, I think I am a smart, capable person. I'll figure something out. But once I feel the real job is possibility, what is also possibility? Wait,
The path is clear, for the two are one.
there you go. What is a real job? I don't know. Going to work for corporate America. I wear business casual. I talk about value and jargon, stuff like that. You know. What? Eh. That's actually not even bad for me, chat.
Bask in the light.
What knowledge do the stars provide?
Drawing so many cards here. Repo cards for me, yeah. Talk about value now, yeah. The driver constantly repeats at least not be done, alright. Chat, I don't know, there's something like, I don't know, it's I don't know, I've been watching CoffeeZilla videos lately. And it's interesting. I watched a video basically how like being an entrepreneur is a terrible idea because I'm kind of an entrepreneur now. Like I'm doing, but what they don't tell is like it's like you know, because it's a lot of stress being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of like uncertainty, which is scary. But he didn't talk about like the true reason to be an entrepreneur, which is to like stick it to the man. You know, it's like you're your own boss. Like there's a very feeling of freedom you get from working for yourself that you don't get from I'm an odd. What's that from? I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, that you don't get from um, like a feeling of self-esteem you get from like creating your own product instead of just like, you know. So yeah, so I have to meditate and journal like all the time, Big Baguette, especially with like rent prices and like cost of living going absurd. Because I'm like, this year I was like, oh, I paid my bills this year. This year didn't go bad at all financially. I thought it might, but then I see, okay, well, this year might not have gone bad, but next year is gonna like if I don't, you know. So like that's kind of where I'm at, where things are scary in that way. You always work for someone, yeah, but I work for Twitch chat now, and I think I prefer that. If that makes sense. You know, sometimes I get annoyed by them like asking me what the best deck to get to Legend is, but so like the customer, there's something about like the a justice of like, okay, if my stream is doing poorly, it's because I'm not being entertaining. I'm not bringing the value that the Twitch chat desires, you know? And that's something way more I like. There's a certain justice to that where like, oh, my boss doesn't like me. So or even my boss does like me, so I'm doing well, you know? Like that doesn't feel the same, you know, as like I like the judge of Twitch chat or the market more than the judge of like, oh, you know, the right person in your social circle or your work circle you know, likes you or doesn't like you, you know? My boss likes me. Nice, Yogi. Yeah, that too, Jack Attack. Yeah, totally. Like, there's like there is, you know, elements that you're out of control, but yeah, I don't even know Crocs. Yeah, so my hand kind of blows here.
All ends with death.
Any drama? Yeah, I did. It's an interesting. Yeah, so it's a. So rough, yeah. So I mean, but there are like, so there's an element of you can't control this, so there still are some of the same elements. It just kind of, I don't know. I like being judged by the marketplace, like, because then like your boss or your client, you know. Um, there's even like there's a lot. I get the impression, and I didn't make it up in the corporate world. I was at the bottom of the totem pole of like you having to argue that you are contributing and that you are valuable to your company, that you always kind of have to be aware of. I feel like. I like my hand here. Good loss. Okay, my whole board is undead stuff, so if they clear it I get to go high cultist, which is pretty good, right?
Death will not be a mercy for you.
Pretty nice, right? Like, we are going to reward you guys probably no race if you get a pizza party. I know, right? So it's like, so there's just certain like, every job has bullshit. Like every job is bullshit. And it's like finding a job that you can like take the bullshit versus some jobs you're gonna be like, this can't handle this bullshit. You know what I mean? I think there's something to that. Yeah, so I mean, I totally see what you're saying in the game too, like, because it still can be a great like deal. So I don't know. It was a thing of I wanted to do something like out there, you know, but and this is nice. I like. Ooh, I can silence my corporal here. That's actually kind of. If I just do that instead of the light shower, I kind of think I like that better.
All ends with death.
First time I see it, it's an it has synergy with a lot of our stack, and it's really good at contesting. It's really good at it's the main reason. It's a way to gain tempo in the early turns. That's efficient. So you play this, and you can. It's basically it turns into a delayed like shadow, like almost a delayed removal. If your opponent uses resources to remove it, that's a win for you. It can become from Bone Caller. It can get revived with High Cultist on top of it. So it kind of has natural synergy with our dead cards as well. So a lot good going for it. Okay, I think I go Zarella here.
For the Dark Lord!
Those we love are never truly lost.
Oh, I messed up. I overdraw my amulet here, which is not worth it. That's such a blunder, chat. I could have dumped light that burns there. I got his Astalor, that's good, but that's such a blunder though. My deck kind of sucks, so I don't even need like. That's such a blunder. That's a whole board that I lost.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
How are they beating me in fatigue so much? That's kind of weird. Wonder if I should approach this matchup differently. Like if I just played. It's hard to win this matchup without like we auto win this matchup with Mida. But it's a lot harder without Mida.
The path is clear for the worthy.
Auto win with Sylvana, probably. I don't think with Sylvana. Mida is much more of an auto win because they don't have good silences. Like if you draw, you could draw Mida late in the game and auto win with her, but you don't if you draw. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's kind of like this. Kind of just like worked out for me, and it's working out. And who knows if it works out forever? So I try to develop. So I feel like I'm developing some soft skills from chat. Do you think I'm okay? Do you think I'm developing other soft skills being a streamer, or is this completely useless experiments? So thank you to the raid. Welcome everybody. We are playing some Egg Priest, and I think we're gonna lose this game to be honest. But yeah, we're having a good time playing some of the eggs.
Our gift of frost shields us.
I think I'm gonna overdraw the egg.
I grow short of
Don't really need the egg. And then I do this. Probably losing here. Yeah, welcome everybody. We are playing Egg Priest on Asia server. This is kind of if I don't like the answer, wait, what? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, welcome everybody. I think it's skills you're developing. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a thing of just draw in case they can't check your videos. Yeah. So I feel like I've learned. I still know lots of corporate like lingo. You know.
I am out of cards.
Hyros? Yeah, that could just get us Mida, which could win us the game, right?
By the light of the Naru.
Bolt! Frost bolt!
I think it's good team-based work environment. Yeah, that's true and right. So that's interesting. Yeah. That's actually really hard when you start streaming because you're not getting that human validation back, and being able to like almost feel like you're with other people in the room, even though like there's no physical. I'm just reading a screen, but after a while, it like feels like you're hanging out with people. You know. But. Eh. That's a worthless card. We're just playing Brazilian song. Like that.
Target detected!
Over 1 year, yeah, already, yeah. Bossa Nova, Brazilian here. Yeah, I've been to Brazil and I really like Zale Jorge. And I was listening to him the other day and I was like, oh, I should listen to some. What? At the bottom of their deck? Heh. Alright, that's some bullshit. Dude, Chad, that game literally makes me want to put Mida in the deck. Chad, I wonder if I ever cut Astalor and put Mida in the deck. Oh, I was over-explaining this game. Chad, here's the thing about over-explains. I'm gonna over-explain this. I kind of want to cut Astalor and put Mida. Astalor has felt like the meta's getting greedier, and Mida is like an auto win card in the greed. Wait. Okay.
Anduin versus Illidan.
This ends now!
The light shall bring victory.
I'm gonna keep Bonecaller against Demon Hunter because it's so good if I get any of these, like any payoff cards. But even though I don't have against
I see you brought guests.
Must move quickly.
I see.
All ends with death.
Welcome to the cult.
Why did quests become less common? I think people figured out ways to make rogue be favored against it. Though thief rogue, it's a lot more exploitable than rogue. Rogue's not very exploitable. But yeah, I'm surprised nobody's playing the Miracle Rogue. Miracle Rogue might be being countered at the high level, like the levels, because it's still like an absurd win rate at top 1000 legend. I was reading the VS report. It's absurdly good deck. Wait, that? Hey. No. Nah. What? Hey. Oh, this is so annoying because I can't heal.
Light cannot exist without
Why Incorporeal? It's a 2-mana 5/5. See, our opponent had to spend the resources to kill a 2-mana 5/5. And it also gets revive as synergy with our Bone Caller, which is really nice. So because we have both eggs and Incorporeal, we can much more reliably play this on curve. Where before, like playing this on curve almost never happened. You had to go like Spirit Guide or Plague Rider Spreader first. So now we have so many more minions, and this is not meant to be like a Plague Spreader card. It's actually just supposed to be a very powerful tempo card and a very sticky minion, which is so. Bom dia, boa noite. Thoughts? It sounds like a good game.
A watery grave awaits.
Wait, that?
Let's see what side.
Nice. That? Eh.
I see.
What's the best line here, chat? I kind of want to go Blackwater Behemoth, but I'm probably just dying if I do to Furies, right? Okay, well now my this game just became a win for sure. Doesn't work because yeah. Abandonment, in your defense, I made that same mistake. I played it to Stedo and then found out has evolved mostly grunts. Yeah.
I yield for now.
Ah! Can we safely call this deck Concede Priest? I mean, because our opponent concedes when that's our win condition. We finish the stream is positive again. Yeah. Chat, the grieve. Chat. Sometimes you just need time to grieve, right? So. I think we got another hour and 15 minutes left of the stream. But yeah. I don't know. It's I got
I see you've brought guests.
look at this curve, chat. What? Actual warrior chat thoughts. We're holding another turn. Often they want to go 4 mana 3/5 here, so I think we win this pretty easily though.
For the Dark Lord!
Oh yeah, you're right. With Mida, this is pretty much an auto win. If without Mida, this is not an auto win at all. But with Mida, it's I think definitely an auto win. Maybe I should have buffed this up actually, because then they can't weapon hit this, right? Chad, I lived in Ipanema for like for 2 months. I mean, it was like not really living. It was like, but yeah. So, man, I wonder if my life will ever bring me back to Brazil. It's hard in the post-COVID world. Everything feels like more difficult, and everything seems so expensive. But yeah, not really living. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, what is this card? They're honestly running this crap. Nice, nice cheap cards you got there.
Welcome to the cult.
All ends with death.
Yeah. I mean, so thank you, Raphael. Yeah, I'd like to go back to Brazil.
My hand is
That.
full.
Why did they overdraw the frozen buckler there? Their hand must be a whole bunch of garbage. Two mana Mind Blast actually so good. Medio is right. Thoughts? Wait, what? Why did they run this shitty card, chat? Wow, like it just 2 mana do nothing twice. What do they try to beat with the, you know?
The time has come to dethrone.
Bad.
can stop me.
There comes the shield shatter. Thoughts?
All ends with death.
Chad, do I go Zarella here or do I go? I can also go Spirit Guy and Coin Plague Spreader, which is also pretty good, right? But if they're running for this, I think I do go Zarella here. I don't draw any cards, but I get an egg and I get like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do
Those we
this.
love are never truly lost.
And I get the upgraded hero power. Smorking. Chad, this is a Smork deck, alright? He's already lost playing Warrior. I'm not sure what their win condition here is, but they run to the front, which probably means they run OTK, right? So like let's play. Oh wait, maybe not. I don't know.
Zinjari. Anybody?
Pick me! Pick me!
It's for Bran Estelar. Oh, okay. Our deck is, I think, a better anti-demon hunter deck because our deck's anti-demon hunter as well, but it doesn't suck. Chad, I might just one off lethal here. Oh, never mind. Okay.
This battle is far from over. Mars provides.
Light cannot exist without dark.
Frost wolves to the
What?
front line.
Eh.
Frost wolves to the front line.
Chad, no way. Am I actually losing here? What? Eh. I don't like my hand here.
This battle is far from over.
But I could lose my Mida win condition here. Okay, I don't think I can mind losing okay, that's fine. I think we win here. They just used their win condition. Think you played his Battle Master? Yeah. Bro, what? How do they win? How do they beat me? I don't really know. Double Astalor. Oh, he did not play Bran. So I guess, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mida?
Rest easy.
Let's go, dude. Easy. The power of friendship. Mida's probably winning here. What are you gonna do, dude? You're gonna die. That's what you're gonna do.
Anduin versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
The light shall bring victory.
Impossible though, inevitable. I see you bracket. Ooh, that's chat. You're ready to see the power of the incorporate, like how well it just contests early board, and just makes it like so hard for your opponent to get into like a spiraling position. Nice 3-6 you got there. Except I have the incorporeal. I could go coin Venomous here actually. I do get wrecked by the 3 mana card though, so I'm not sure.
All ends with death.
Dude, he's running that shit? Sucks.
Welcome to the club.
I mean, I have an answer. He needs another answer for my hand. Like, he needs perfect plays 4 turns in a row. Because I get the 5/5 and then I can light the burns and I can clear this, right? I also can Venomous Scorpion into like a silence, which is decent odds as well. Okay. Not a perfect play. Okay. I think we're winning. I think we're in a decent spot here now.
All ends with death.
This is like a clear next turn, right? But actually, I can just clear with another Drake, so I'm probably just fine taking this.
For the Dark Lord.
No, we're in a fine spot, Chad. We got a full clear for next turn. Go another Drake, right? Escundando Samba. Sim. Nice trog you got there.
What is it?
Ooh, nice peasant you got there. Would be a shame. See how basically our Incorporal there, we would have bound wrecked this game if we hadn't had him. How he slowed down the tempo and got us to our clear play. And now we have a very easy win. Where if we hadn't had the Incorporal, they might have just run us over, you know? So that's the power of that. Incorporal gave us so much stats for free. 8-3 today on Asia. 8-3, chat. We got any egg doubters in the chat? Any non-believers? Any blasphemous people who say, "Hey, I'm just not sure, Mr. Streamer. Mr. Streamer, why don't we run Theotar? Right? I think Quest would be great in this deck. Thoughts?" Show yourself. Phrasing. What is the on my way? Can someone do the on my way to play Egg Priest? I know Death made that. Here it is. Yeah. I love that one. Oh.
Anduin versus Renathal.
There is a simplicity in inevitability.
The light shall bring victory.
I see you've brought guests.
Alright, if we draw any undead minion, this deck hand becomes insane. Well, give me Plague Spreaders, chat. Thoughts on Plague Spreaders? But actual warrior again, chat. The Mida inclusion actually gonna work out so well for us. Is this dumb? This might have been too valuable to throw away, but this might have been dumb. I have no undeads though, so
Not for my forge.
that. Yeah, I crafted this one today. It looks so much better. This is Asia server. Probably should. Why didn't I go gift to the Neru there? That was dumb.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
I must act soon.
Pick me! Pick me! That step was your last!
I feel like I'm losing this game. I'm not sure why, but I guess if I ever draw Plague Spreader, it might be fine. Signature cards are hard to read. I saw some the colors, like some signature theories on Reddit, and they looked really good. Like so just some homemade ones. So I think the concept kind of the execution failed, but the idea wasn't necessarily bad. Chad, do you think they're what's their win condition you think they're going for? Ooh.
No force on Azeroth can stop me!
Light cannot exist.
Trying to see how much certain people watch the stream. Am I gonna die here? No way, bro. No way I'm dying with double taunt here, right? No way, bro. I have double freaking taunt here. Triple taunt. No way, dude. Oh, they want to do this before this guy dies, right? So, what? Eh. Wait, this doesn't. They're just getting a bunch of copies, right? Like it's not the end of the wave. What? Okay, they just get a bunch of copies, but they have to inefficiently use them, right? So I'm fine. I think we're fine. Oh, we're fine, chat. We're fine. I was scared there for a second there. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the free 2-4. Thoughts? One of the many Astlers, I know, right?
Light cannot exist without the dark.
Chat, what do you guys think? Can light exist without the dark? This has to be a mad matchup, yeah. And I put Mida in the matchup, so we're playing so much Warrior that I put Mida in the deck instead of Astrolore, so we can auto-win control matchups now. If we're up against a Priest, we probably like kill off our own Mida. The Savannah matchup would be tough because of Drowns, even if we auto kill, but Invisible Cat. It's Savannah. It's not a no hand. Plague Spreader Priest. I'm gonna let them. They don't know what the egg they're talking about. All right, this deck is OP. All right. Wait, what? Wait, they're really playing around. That's such an interesting play. All right, I think I just take the what's her name here? It's like too good.
Those we love are never truly lost.
Son of an Amulet of Undying, chat. Probably fine though. Impossible. Chat. It's like taking band. Chat. Eggs OP. Thoughts? Chat. I've still okay. Here's the thing though. To be honest, I expect everyone to not think Egg Priest is good, because I successfully foiled everybody. All right, so I just have to keep laying low. Unfortunately, some people might watch the stream and see the extreme OP power of this deck, but I gotta lay low until the next till they announce nerfs. Then I will turn the whole meta into a priest mirror meta. And we'll have all priest mirrors. And I will laugh. I will laugh at all the fools. The fools. Why does it seems irrelevant? Okay, yeah, maybe. It would have been good against the blood or not. Imagine 1282 priest rejoice. I have no fool. You are the plague spreader. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, we're playing so many control mirrors, so like it just kind of
Anduin versus Tavish. I'll make my own fortune.
that.
The light shall
Wait.
bring victory.
Ooh, it's Ron Mexico, dude. I bet he's playing actual. Might have been too greedy of a mulligan. My grandma's name when she was at the sex cult. Good for her. Well, yeah. Should be neutral, dots. It is neutral. You thought it was just a priest card? Any deck can run this. It's only the death rattle synergy.
I see you've brought guests.
I bet he's an actual hunter, or is he?
The clocks lead this way. What are you waiting for?
Caught this one eating party snacks.
Matt. Ooh, chat, change of plans. So this egg literally has 6 health, which is for 1 mana. It's insane value. Where this is like 5, so it's like, just look at the raw efficiency of this card. Well, this is some bullshit. Alright, well. Ooh, chat, more eggs, thoughts? But we got the plague spreaders, so we can beat their Hydrolodon. Ooh, Hydrolodon actually kind of wrecks us. Thoughts? Actually, yeah, if we had one more turn, we'd be fine against Hydrolodon because of Light Bomb, but no, wait, nothing. There's lots of losses here. LOL. We always lolling in this channel because there's so many losses. Wait, what? Eh. I think I'm F chat. Thoughts? Art of the scam, chat. Art of the scam. Still in the game, chat. Still annoying, but still in the game. Do I die to double shock spitter here, chat? I held the desperate prayers for tension, but to give but I wonder if I'm dead here ever. What? Huh? Wait. Wait, what? I'm just dead. I don't know. That was rough. The Hydron on him was rough. Yeah. Norris, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Chat, we got a #1 legend gamer rating the stream.
Determined to win.
Welcome, everybody. If you don't know who Norris is, he's too good at Bless Freeze. But yeah, basically. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, we are playing the Egg Priest.
I see you've brought guests.
Here's some more, yeah.
I don't have enough mana.
They're back on NA. How much experimentation is going on top legend? I am single-handedly saving the meta. They call me NoHandsGamer, savior of meta, breaker of chains. Or wait, is that Denarius? Wait, I forgot. Breaker.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
Matt. Mother of shaky freeze decks. Yeah, exactly, dude.
His reign ends now.
Well, Chad, if I can get the 4-mana 3/5 next turn, that'd be absurd, right?
I will find a way.
I feel like, okay, for like, there was like a week, like a few days where I played like nothing but rogues. Okay, I feel like people, if they want to get #1 legend, they just play rogue. But then they get #1 legend and they feel dead inside, as you should. Because the deck is dead inside. It's just all efficiency. Ooh, Chad, do I ever take the shellfish here? Is it to shellfish and make my opponent draw too many cards and actually clog up their hand? It's actually so annoying, right?
His reign ends now.
No, but it'll be funny. Yeah, their hand's like awkwardly full now.
My
Like
hands
it's.
are
Oh! Yes! All right, I got excited there, chat. Oh, so good at this game. Nobody sees the 4-mana 7/7 coming. Wowzers! Just a chaos strike. It wasn't that big a deal, but it was exciting. That's what's important. Where's glass? Yeah. Ooh, nice, inefficient turn you there got there.
Not enough time.
Ooh, Warblaze is annoying though.
For the Dark Lord.
What if they heal next turn?
Ends now.
They get a full heal anyways, so there's like just not much value in me actually going face here. So oh, I could have killed the shellfish. Oh, that would have been an interesting play. I didn't do it, but I don't know if I want to do it there. Like, it's actually really annoying to deal with the shellfish because they have to have the 3-mana card and double 1-mana spell. Miss lethal. It doesn't win the game if we like overdraw a bounce there. It's like it's not that big a deal. They can still win. Like, what's winning the game here is tempo, right? Like, we're just ahead on board. And they have to use a bunch of resources. I get to go Blackwater Behemoth after they do this. See this? It's annoying for them. Sometimes they don't have another 1-mana spell and they get wrecked here. Stuff like that. There's all this way things can go wrong for them here. Yep, exactly what I'm talking about. Look how inefficient that was.
His reign ends now.
I must withdraw.
Ah! Chat, beat him with a good old-fashioned tempo, like Mom used to make. Chat, 10 and 4 today. Chat, I mean, this deck is actually legit. I can't take more nerfs. Yeah, I know it.
Anduin versus
4-0 versus Demon Hunter today. Pretty darn good. Thoughts?
The light shall bring victory.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Yeah, also the problem with Mill Priest is because of Renthal, it's not as reliable because sometimes it's harder, like you don't have the same timings, so.
All ends with death.
Beast Hunter is the best deck to play right now. It's a good deck. It's been a good deck. That has not changed. The reason people don't play Beast Hunter is because it's not considered a sexy deck. It's like Beast Hunter is kind of like that like rugged dad bod that isn't as shiny but gets the job done. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have like the incredible chiseled features, but when you actually feel it, it's strong, you know? It's strong and powerful. That makes sense. Good explanation. Have I been feeling up a dad's mods lately? Can't say. Pile eggs in his deck? Yeah, just don't. He's unreplaceable.
All ends with death.
I don't have a good answer for clear here, unfortunately. They go 3-drop, double 1-mana spell. When it's viable, yeah. So there's a big difference between a deck being good enough and top 50 legend ready. Beast Hunter is absolutely a top 200 legend ready deck, but is it a top 50 legend ready deck? I don't really know. But last meta, nobody thought, like people weren't playing Beast Hunter, and then I got number 1 legend with it. So sometimes these sort of unsexy, get the job done decks are actually really good, but nobody's playing them, so it's hard to say. It has a good win rate. That's all I know, and I've done well with it in the past. But it's like a lot of the skill of Beast Hunter is like board mechanics, tension, like control, like doing a value push, and it's less about like these big like crazy, these crazy 1-turn plays. What? Hey. Oh god, I feel like I have to play the light shower here, but I could. If they go Fell Barrage, it's just like a 50% chance to die. But I don't think I can afford to go gift here. I guess I could go gift into Bone Collar here. Maybe that's the play. Alright.
Welcome to the cloud.
I felt I was too likely to die if I didn't heal there, so. That's what they do here. This is a lot of stats to get through. I'm not sure they get predation. Oh, that sucks, shit. I'm just dead. Board-based tempo, they're good to climb with. I'm not convinced it does or it doesn't, Magic Harp. Like I said, I think Beast Hunter is absolutely a top 200 legend ready deck. But is it top 50? Is it top 20? That's the question. It's a very tight, efficient meta, and is the higher ranks you get. So there's less like big spell you don't see much at top 20 as well. Big Spell's another good, like a good example, like Beast Hunter, a good top 200 legend ready deck. So Rogue got way better though, so they can get deadly shots to kill your so yeah. Rogue is a board based deck, yep. Yep. It's more sexy plays. It doesn't have like it's not the crazy, yeah, so where Beast Hunter's more clunky. That's true. Rogue is a burn deck, it's a board-based deck, it's a value deck, it's a tempo deck. The kind of with concoctions you can pick the direction of your deck, so you can kind of if you're good at determining which direction to go in the game, you can so Rogue is sexy. So I guess I did say that. The chat, I feel like though, you know, I'm like the cute girl who's like got a great personality and is like good looking once you look at her, but I'm not the Regina George. You know what I mean? But with decks, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I just can't compete with the Regina Georges of the world, you know? Who looks at that? You know, like Mean Girls? Anyways. Good sounds to this, but oof, so good. All right. Because we have Might, I think it's gonna be so much easier to win this matchup. Because you're Gretchen Wieners. Is that the okay. By her. There's the Kill Caesar, yeah. Movie's such a classic.
Cannot exist without dark.
Hashtag boomer. I mean, dude, Mean Girls is like 15 years old now. It was like Lindsay Lohan before she got like addicted to drugs, right?
Let us dance the night away.
The path is clear for the worthy.
19 years old. Wow. Is that true, Acid? I didn't know that. Yeah. Dude, it is an all-time classic. I totally agree.
Where you followed.
Well, that's what is interesting is metas are self-balancing, where because Rogue is so OP, players like figure out ways to beat it. So it happens more often. So because I thought for a while like the meta wasn't going to balance, but it looks like it is balancing. So I think I just want to deny them value. Like having Follow Egg for objection is really nice.
Rest
What?
easy, child.
Were you followed?
Ooh, I might end the stream soon, chat. I think I got the sex cult is calling me, chat. Long road, yeah. So I gotta hide the truth of egg crease for a long time, so egg dodges nerfs again. It's amazing. No one but me in my stream has recognized the. What? I could. I think I want to try and hit Mida. Okay, I hit my own Mida. Getting Mida down feels very important in this matchup, so I wanted to get her down. And I think I don't play the. I think I don't play the silence here because I don't want them to go scabs. Like, I don't want them to go scabs here, so.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Okay, this is good. Gosh dang it.
Let's see what side of the bed I woke up on.
This is good. This is good because we're gonna have two Midas in the pools. So I think we can win this matchup now. Okay, it honestly feels so good to have the Mida back in the deck. Not gonna lie, chat. Should've done this earlier. I don't want to play this because I'm too vulnerable to scabs here. So yeah, it was the main win condition, but if your opponents were a lot more like less value heavy, which the meta was very aggressive for a while, you didn't need a infinite value win condition like Magician, but now we kind of need an infinite value win condition. So, oh, chat, let's see. I want to make it to the.
Our gift of frost shields us.
What did they do here? They clear my guy? They clear my Mida chat? Nice.
You have no idea what I'm capable of. Those we love are never truly lost.
Rest easy, child. You are safe now.
No time. By the light of the Naru.
I'm getting scabs here, aren't I? Crap.
Keep your enemies close, and your shit is closer.
Playing silence there could have been a mistake, but I can get my if I can get my infinite Midas going before they can.
Rest easy, child. You are safe now. Rest easy, child. You are safe now. Rest easy, child. You are safe now.
Yes.
Wait. What? Chat, am I losing? Son of a gun. This looks pretty bad, not gonna lie. Alright, chat, I tilted loss. Alright, I'm giving this up.
This battle.
I wanna go, chat. The sex cult is calling, and I just threw away my Zarella there. I don't have time to play this game. This game's taking too long. All right. Order. Say hi to Luna for me. All right. I gotta go.